To do now is I am going to cook for you my favourite, in fact my very favourite Slimming World recipe. I have been an absolute lover of Chinese food all my life. When I was 5 years old, my elder sister married a Chinese guy, and I started eating Chinese food and I loved it. I've loved it all my life. And when I started Slimming World, one of the biggest sort of gripes was the lack of being able to just go for a takeaway and just enjoy it. And then I found this in the Fakeaway book. You see it? Let me show. Yeah, you know the Slimming World Fakeaway book. In fact, the one on the cover. The one on the cover, it's on page 110, special prawn fried rice. Now, one of the things that has bugged me for the past few weeks doing Slimming World has been the fact that you see things and they say they are something that you would have, I like to put it in the real world. You would have it in the real world, but somebody has done a recipe and it says, oh, this is just like having a whatever, you know, a curry or a whatever it is, and you try it and you follow the recipe perfectly, and it's nothing like, and I think you're deluding yourself. This, on the other hand, is just like fried rice, but you've just seen what I've done. I've just put a bit of fry light in there, and it's followed in by 2 eggs and 1 tablespoon of water, which surprised me because I would never have thought of adding a tablespoon of water. Keep it moving. The trick to this is to keep it moving. In fact, actually, I've realised when I've done this before, I've done it in a much more non-stick pan than this. But the trick is to keep it moving. Don't let it catch on the bottom, and let it omelette, let's put it that way. What we're making basically is an omelette. We don't want to make it like scrambled egg, but we want to let it firm up without burning. There we go. We also don't want it to be like it is on, was it Saturday Morning Kitchen and James Martin. I know we don't do it anymore, but for years we've been getting chefs to come in and to make omelettes in as quick as you can, and all you end up actually on the plate is a sloppy mess that nobody would call an omelette in a million years. That's fine, because all we want is for that to just be like that. Bits of done egg. Sorry about the noise. Scrape it off. Right. I'm just going to go over to the sink, you won't see this bit, and just give it a bit of a rinse so that all that doesn't burn on the bottom. Literally just cold water and a scrubbing brush in the wok. That's how the Chinese rinse their woks in between stir frying, and it's good enough for the Chinese for centuries. It's good enough for me. So just give that a quick whiz, get it back on the heat, nice and hot. Stir frying is always nice and hot. And next thing, another spray with some fry light over the pan, and in goes onions And in with the onions, some mushrooms. Now it says turn the heat down, but I'm not going to turn the heat down yet, because I want to get these going. The trick I found with fry light cooking, for one thing, is to keep it moving and be patient with it, because it's not going to fry in the same way as it does with a load of oil. If we were doing this and it wasn't Slimming World, we would have just put a load of groundnut oil or whatever in the pan first, and it will be sizzling away happily in a load of oil, but it's not. So we take it steady, we keep it moving, and we let it sizzle away there. And while it's sizzling, I'm going to tell you my good news. I've just been to weigh-in this week, and last week I went to weigh-in and I put on ½ pound, and I'll tell you, I was so gutted, you wouldn't believe it. This week I've been being good, and I've been working hard at it, and I went in to weigh in this evening 8 pounds in 1 week. 8 pounds. I lost over ½ stone in a week. Basically, just by being good, sticking to the diet, not overdoing the sins, not overdoing anything, but we've eaten well, and it really is encouraging when it drops off in the way that it has done this week. I've now been going to Slimming World for 6 weeks, and I am £1 away from my 2 stone award. So I'm absolutely delighted at the results I've been getting, and I'm absolutely loving exploring ways of eating whilst still losing weight, and more than anything feeling healthier. You know, 2.5 months ago it is since I went to the doctor, and my blood sugar levels were through the roof, my weight had gone up, I was in a mess. In 2.5 months I've lost almost 2.5 stone. I feel so much better. I'm looking better, which is making me feel better. Feeling healthier. And hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, when I go back to the doctor, my blood sugar levels will be down. Right, let's get the... That's it, let's get the ham in there. This could not be easier to do. It really couldn't. It's one of the fastest meals you can do. Okay, there's a little bit of chopping involved beforehand, but all there is basically to chop is an onion and some mushrooms. And if you want to add ham, it's not in the recipe in the book, but if you want to add ham, yeah, go ahead and add a bit of ham. I've done it by adding a bit of leftover chicken before now, that's nice. Okay, at this point I just want to stop here just for a minute, because you're just about to see me do something in this recipe that I've since thought better of. You're just about to see me throw in a nice portion of raw prawns and cook them up, describing basically how I like to cook raw prawns. That bit's not wrong. But then I actually go on to cook the dish for another 5 minutes or so. The consequences of which are that the whole prawn thing didn't really quite work because the prawns, in fact, overcooked. Now, Jamie Oliver doesn't show you this sort of thing because basically he'd just do it all again. No, I don't see any point in doing it all again because everything else is right. What you really want to do with the prawns, and actually what I've done the last couple of times that I've done it, I just really forgot because for some reason I started following the recipe again instead of following my heart. What you really want to do is to either cook the prawns in the wok at the beginning, just like you do the egg, and then once you've got them to that just pink stage, just set them to one side, or alternatively have another little frying pan by your side, which is what I've done in the past, and at the last minute, bit of fry light, throw the prawns into the pan, cook them until they're just pink, and once they've just turned pink, at the end of the process, throw them into the pan with everything else. That way the prawns are freshly cooked and they don't go hard. There you go, an admission of the fact that I did it a bit wrong, but that's the only thing. Everything else is absolutely fine. Everything else tasted absolutely perfect. The flavour is just spot on, just I overcooked the prawns a bit. So just do it the way I say, not the way you're just about to see me do, and we'll be okay. And I'm going to throw in any second now the lovely bits. Some raw prawns. It's very important when you're using prawns, I think, to use raw prawns if you're going to stir fry them and cook them. Because if you use ones that are already cooked and you refry them, they go like bullets, and that's horrible. These little babies are already turning pink, as you can see. Now, you've got to make sure that there's no grey. You've got to make sure that they're cooked through. Otherwise, you don't want to give yourself a bad stomach. You don't want to be doing that. But as soon as they've turned pink, like they more or less have there now, those babies are cooked. Stir them in with the rest of the stuff. There's a little bit of moisture that's come off them, helping the whole process along, helping the mushrooms and everything to give off that flavour. And we don't want to cook much more than that. So the next thing we're going to put in rice. Now you could, as it says in the recipe, and as it always says in recipes for fried rice, cook a load of long grain rice yourself. Let it go cold in the fridge, leave it overnight, and that's what they say to do. I'm too lazy for that, and the fridge isn't big enough. Uncle Ben's classic long grain rice. This is real long grain rice. This is not easy cook rice. I hate easy cook rice. To me, it's not rice. This is Uncle Ben's classic long grain rice. It's proper long grain rice. I've checked it over. One bag, which is enough for one person, one Syn. Why bother cooking it yourself? I tell you, one Syn. That's mine. This is Jane's. Literally one Syn each, and that one Syn each is all the Syns in this meal. If you did do your own fried rice, if you do your own boiled rice and let it go cold in the fridge overnight, which you're quite welcome to do if you've got the time, it would be totally and absolutely 100% Syn free. In with the peas, just 125 grams of frozen peas. There's actually probably about 130, 140 there, but I love the peas in it. The peas are little explosions of flavour. All I've done is put them in a sieve, run some hot water on them just to defrost them a bit. Then in they go. And in with that goes the egg that you saw me do at the beginning. Toss that around. Now for the magic bit. There's my tablespoon. There it is. Now for the magic bit. 1 tablespoon. That's hot. Got another one here. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Not light soy sauce, it hasn't got the strength to do the job. And I've never put this in fried rice before, but with the lack of oil it needs something else, and this is the thing. 1 tablespoon, and come on, out you come, 2 tablespoons of a nice oyster sauce. This is my favourite oyster sauce, Panda brand. Smashing oyster sauce. Get all that there, give it a thing. I actually usually do the oyster sauce first and then the soy sauce tends to wash it out, but hey, just give that a good stir around to mix in the soy sauce with the with everything else. Keep it moving, and that is a really substantial meal for 2 people. If you want to do it for 3 people, just add more of everything and add an extra bag of rice per person. I have done this with 3, I've done it for 4. You can just about get it in the wok for 4. But there it is. Absolutely gorgeous. Fried rice, prawn fried rice with a bit of ham in it. You must try it. Really, really you must, because if you like a Chinese meal, this will really satisfy you. And you don't have to. It shows just how much you don't have to deny yourself when you're following the Slimming World plan. This is the way I'm eating. This is the way I'm eating every day. And this week I lost 8 pounds. So I'm doing something right. And Slimming World is getting it right. Okay, let's put this on the plate. And there we have it. 2 plates full of beautiful special fried rice. Prawns, ham, mushrooms, the lot. Absolutely gorgeous, really tasty, really filling. Definitely got to give it a go. Okay, I'll see you in the next video, and happy slimming, and actually happy eating.